The January meeting of the Land, Water, and Forest Resources Committee to order. Madam Clerk, may we have roll call, please?
Bruce Paulson.
Here.
Ron Buckholz.
Present.
Jesse Betcher.
Here.
Mark Helwig.
Yeah.
Brian Bissonette.
Here.
Kevin Shepard.
Oh, there's. Okay. We have a quorum. Certification to open meetings, please.
The meeting has been noticed to the public and news media as required by section 19.84 of the Wisconsin statutes.
Thank you. Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this point, we'll hear public comments. If you've got a comment on something that's not on the agenda, this would be your chance to speak. Anybody, any hands raised? No hands up. Anybody in the audience? Okay, very good. All right. Now let's look at approving last month's minutes.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay, motion's been made. Anybody seconded? Motion's been made and seconded to approve the meetings minutes. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Is Greg is on? Okay, Greg, you want to do events and
Yep, I can do that. We have the Sealy Big Fat Race on January 22nd. And we have the Epic Mountain Bike Race on June 4th and 5th. We have insurance in on both of those events and recommend approval.
very good. Okay, so we'll entertain a motion then to approve the events.
Motion.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the events as listed. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. I guess the next item, Tom is not. Tom, you want to cover that?
Yes, thank you. This is on every committee agenda, and we've talked about this in the past. This is the codification of our county ordinances. Again, the intent is not to change any ordinance, but to update and organize them into a proper code. And so if you review these, I've asked the department directors and their staffs and the county board members to review each of the ordinances under their purview to ensure that it's the current code. And these will all be compiled and approved in one code of ordinances, hopefully at the January meeting.
Okay, so we're to review it and then get back to you if we have any comments. Is that it?
Yeah, if there's any corrections to be made, please contact the county clerk or myself, and we'll make those adjustments and notify you of any changes if there are any at the county board meeting.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Tom on codification?
No.
All right, moving on to the treasurer's department. I don't see our new treasurer. Okay, all right.
Good morning.
Morning, you want to take these two?
Absolutely. This month, there are 2 applications to purchase county-owned land. One parcel is in the town of Bass Lake, and one parcel is in the village of Radisson. Documentation you can see there on the screen.
Right, so you're recommending approval?
I would recommend to approve both of the over-the-counter land sales and to forward to county board.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Okay,
Go ahead. I'll second.
okay.
This is for both of them.
For both, yeah. Okay. Motion's been made to approve both the land sales and send them on to the county board for approval. Motion made and seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, Dan, you're up.
I really don't have anything to report. Wintertime, we're just survey crews pretty much inside taking care of paperwork from last
Okay.
summer and tax listers working on getting things ready for rollover and
Okay, good. What's the name of your new hire?
don't have one yet.
Bummer. Okay. Anything in the works?
Nope.
Oh, good. All right. Okay, Greg, you want to take the Sawyer County Forestry report? We'll hear the recreational trails motorized first. Any reporting on,
Do you want to do that?
Sure. My name is Terrestrial Newman. I am currently work with Greg Peterson on trail grants and new trails. As you probably know, Don Rotek has retired, and so the Alliance is regrouping right now with that position and what exactly it will look like moving forward. We just have a couple of things, I guess, to report. We hosted the AWSC, which is the State Snowmobile Association directors here last weekend. We took them on several different, grouped them up and took them on rides throughout the county to show them our trails, businesses, etc. They had a great turnout. We had a great weekend with them. Currently, trails have been in excellent condition. We had a great start to the season. We could use a little bit more snow. So.
okay, any questions on motorized trails?
Yeah, if we
Go
could get an introduction from
Oh, absolutely.
it's Kathy and Aaron, is that correct? So both of you will be kind of filling in for Don in the interim, or Kathy, do you have lead, or what's the,
Correct.
who will we expect to see at the weekly
Well,
meetings?
we are all in a committee that was formed through the Alliance. We are working out all the particulars, and Donna's assisting us as we move forward, and the Alliance has some decisions to make as to what direction we are going to go. But I'll be filling in for Don, as well as the rest of the people on the committee.
Okay, Kathy, Aaron, Chris, and what was your name, ma'am?
Jane.
Jane. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions, comments for the motorized trails? Non-motorized, I get an email from Ben Pop every month that the item of note here is that the trail lights are going to be turned on at the fish hatchery and 00. So in case anybody's interested in doing some night skiing. Greg, you want to do your December forestry report?
Yeah, I'll just run through it real brief here. Yeah, for December, we had 9 sales listed as active. We had a pretty good amount of activity as frozen conditions are really happening for us well. Sale value sold uncut on file is a little over 4.3 million. Revenue for the month of December was a little bit off, but our year to date is at 2.252 million. So we did exceed our budgeted amount by a significant number. With all the market considerations last year, I think that's a pretty wonderful thing. It didn't turn out the way that we had anticipated, but it came out really positive for us. Sale inspections are on target. Recon acres, we were a little bit short of our 6,000 acre goal, but we had a pile of them come in this month, so we should be on target. G&A is on target. Other than that, the only thing I have to report is Jessica Kujala turned in her resignation this month. She'll be leaving us. I think her last day is on January 28th. Sad to see her go, but she's moving on to bigger and better things. So wish her a lot of luck.
Okay. Any questions for Greg on the forestry report?
Hey, Greg, do we have a replacement for Jessica, or is that position being filled by someone else?
I'm just going through the process right now with Tom and Rose. So we'll see where we go with it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, any more questions for Greg on the forestry report? Okay, Greg, you want to take the annual work plan and comments on the partnership meeting?
Yeah, the partnership meeting minutes is what goes is a part of the work plan. We have to have this approved by committee and county board in order to be eligible for the county forest administrator grant, which pays for half of my salary and benefits. So it's just a general overview of our base work plan of things that we know about for 2022. There's not a lot of big changes year to year. It just goes over our what our allowable cut we're looking at for next year, which is about 3,600 acres. As you see on the sheet, that kind of breaks through all the types that we pull that out of. Sale establishment, Revenue for next year is at 1.85 million again. The only other real changes is the ATV snowmobile trail projects that we have planned. We have 2 rehab projects that we will be bidding out for next construction season. One is, they're both Tuscobia projects, one from Crawford Road in Winter to State Highway 27. That's 5.63 miles, grant funded at 122,000, and another Tuscobia rehab from Hofer Road in Coudray area to State Highway 40. It's a little over 5 miles, and that's grant funded as well. I guess I'm not going to go through the other the details of it at this point, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Okay. Any questions for Greg? You go ahead, sir. Mr. Buck.
Greg, did I hear you say Crawford Road in Winter to where?
The State Highway 27
Okay,
going west.
all right.
Okay. Jesse, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question, Greg. I'm not sure if you'll have the answer, but what's the process to go about having a beaver dam removed on in the Schwamigan Forest? I don't think that would be on the purview of the DNR. So would we need to get permission from the National Forest Service, or how do we go about that?
Yeah, I think your first step would be to contact them. They've got a different set of rules, I think, than the rest of us. So I can get you some contact information if you like.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I've got RJ's number, but nobody else's.
Okay, yep, I can get you. I'll email you their district ranger for a start.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay. Any more questions for Greg on the annual work plan? I guess we'll need a motion to approve and pass on to the county board for approval the 2022 annual work plan.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a second to take your pick. Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Zoning conservation, the county report, Greg? Okay, no, not Greg. Jay,
Would you
glad
want
to
to
see
do
you
the
back.
DNR forestry report first?
We can, my agenda says the county, but that's okay. Pardon me?
D, DNR forestry report?
Mine says 11D.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, DNR forestry report.
Yes, can you come back to me? I do have some, I have Josh Spiegel, the wildlife biologist, he'd like to give a report to the committee. He had to step outside for a minute, but can
All
you
right.
come back to me?
Well, yeah, absolutely. All right.
I guess
As
I'm
said,
back.
Jay, you're
You're
up.
back.
So as far as our updates here, we have submitted plans for the Upper Bruni River Dam replacement with the full drawdown, which has been submitted to the DNR for approval. So it's at the DNR's hands right now to see whether they're going to grant that full drawdown or if we'll have to kind of come back and circumvent the wheel a little bit there. But the addition of the coffer dam, even with additional grant funding, which we're able to find some, there would still be a contingency. It would cost the county approximately an additional $100,000 to $400,000. So we ended up submitting the plans for the full drawdown, and again have received very little pushback from either the town and or those residents that live on the lake for that full drawdown. So that is the route we're proceeding to go with. We have a Billy Boy easement renewal that's coming up. This is a 20-year renewal process for the dam easement. This easement is made between Sawyer County and the Bureau of Indian Affairs. I do want to kind of talk with Brian and with Brian Bissonette and kind of hash out some details with him. The deadline for this is in 2024, but we do want to start this process. It can be a longer process to get these secured. Last time we went through this, it did cost the county over $5,000 to secure this easement. I know there was some additional surveying costs that had to be done last time. So We're hoping to avoid, that larger price tag to secure this easement, and it's basically just for the county to maintain that dam structure on Billy Boy. We have submitted grants to the U.S. Forest Service for funding related to terrestrial and aquatic invasive species within the national forest. This grant funding is in conjunction with Taylor County. This is to perform roadside surveys, generate specific mapped areas for known invasive species, and provide additional signage within the national forest boundary areas. The speaking and poster contest will be occurring later this month for youth conservation education. The tree sale is up and running on the Sawyer County website. We do have limited stock this year, but there are still some varieties available. I did want to kind of give a little bit of an update on some of the citations that we received over the 2021 calendar year. There was 6 citations that were issued on specific conservation aspects, not zoning aspects. Those citations included shoreline vegetation removal outside of the allowed viewing access corridor and grading and excavation within 35 feet of a navigable water. All but one of these citations has been resolved, that the citation amounts were paid for, and they had done other mitigation aspects to basically rectify what they've done. So it's not just, pay the citation and you get to do what you did. It's pay the citation and also correct what you did. So, but we have seen an uptick in those. Generally, when you see an uptick in building and construction activities, so for moves the citations with it. Just interesting to note that we have seen that uptick. So that's the majority of what I have. If there's any questions, I can certainly ask or answer them for you.
Is that uptick just related to volume, or is it
I believe it is.
not a change in attitude?
No, we see citations every year. It's just we've seen more over the last couple of years. I do think that is because of a volume increase. There are more people, either buying land and trying to open that area to eventually build a house. And with that comes people that may not know some of the rules and laws. A lot of people play, or at least, plead ignorance on a lot of that stuff, which, that only goes so far in today's world where everything is really at your fingertips for these rules and regulations.
Okay. Any questions for Jay on his report? Okay, Roy, you guys want to come up at the table? You want to come at the table?
Yeah, I can just stand up and talk.
All right.
The microphone, please.
Yeah, so the reason that I kind of asked.
Maybe have your name and address, please.
Yeah, Josh Spiegel, wildlife biologist for Sawyer County at the DNR Service Center, 1022 State Highway 27. So the reason that I kind of jumped forward to throw my hat in the ring is we've got a pretty big undertaking starting again here in Sawyer County. If anyone was still around about 10 years ago, we're opening up the can of worms that is the Pawcatuck Dam situation. So we were approached by DNR Dam Safety in January of 2021 with an order to take action on the dam. This dam's been failing for about 20 years. There's a seepage where the previous river channel had gone through. Obviously, the first course of action about 3-4 years back here was to get the Frog Creek Bridge moved off of our water embankment structure and rebuilt. So that was completed, but the dam itself is still out of compliance. So we started internal work last spring, kind of looking at some things, trying to put together a plan. So I put a plan together for the property and for the flowage watershed area as to what we want to see going forward. So I just wanted to bring this in front of the Land and Water Conservation Board here to let you guys know that we are reassessing this dam situation and what we're going to do, as well as including what the future goals for recreation for that property will be. So with that, like I said, it's just a very general summary of kind of where we are right now. I do plan on bringing this back in front of you guys into the future as to more updates when we have them. But like I said, we've kind of had a a legal matter or a safety matter brought to us, and it has to be addressed. So for a little bit of background, this dam actually hasn't been operational since the early 1990s was the last time that we could actually maintain water levels through the structure itself. So with that, does anyone have any quick questions or discussion over that? I know it's not going to be a 2-minute thing when we get into it, but.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a question if you don't
Yeah.
mind. So I would see that you probably have two solutions. One would be a repair / replacement.
Yep.
The other would be removal.
Correct.
Is there a line that the DNR is on for that at this point?
It's all gonna come down to funding. As of right now, we're leaning towards removal.
Okay.
The idea behind that and what I'm pushing is to remove it, but to leave the embankment structure so that we can improve it for stuff like turtle nesting, goose waterfowl nesting, you know, like a highland grade, and then improve the channel for recreational use like fishing, canoeing, kayaking. We're trying to get our rec department involved to then do some other things with the property related to the corridor.
So
Go ahead.
with keeping the embankment, would there be a water level drop?
Correct.
Is that known as to what that drop amount would be?
It's so right now we're looking at probably about a 3 to 4 foot drop based on LiDAR calculations. We're still, like I said, we're still in the initial stages. We're just hiring a engineering company to do the full assessment of the property or the situation and go from there. But that's the initial initial assessment that we've been handling.
So would you go back to the original channel then with the dam?
So the original channel would be tried to be placed as much as we can, but in an effort to reduce funding, we would likely maintain the existing channel because we do have an existing parking area, boat landing, etc., and we can use that for recreational purposes.
So,
If we go back to the original channel, we'd have to basically remove the entire dike system.
all right, so the throat deck is rather shallow, so if you do a 3 to 4 foot, I mean, that's gonna push everything right back to where the riverbed was.
Correct. Yep, the attempt that I've had in discussion would be to get it back to the original river system, similar to that of the Wild River stretch below the dam.
Okay, all right.
So, but again, this is all in the early stages. I just wanted to bring the board in.
Okay, perfect. It's better to be early than late.
Well, we got the first order 10 years ago, so.
Any questions on Topotech? Okay,
All right, thank you all.
thank Roy. You have anything else?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, any questions for the DNR folks? Okay, USDA, do you have any report?
Very little. It's a very slow time of the year right now, but last Wednesday we had a meeting. We swore in a new county committee from Sawyer County here. That was Scott Basso.
Okay.
So he'll serve a 3-year term now. And the other member that got resworn in was Dave Trott, but he's right on the Rusk County and Sawyer County line right there.
Right.
Offices are open to the public, but you got to make an appointment and then wear a mask when you go in. And that's about it right now.
Okay, so you elected a new official?
A new committee member.
Oh, new committee member, but you're still going to be with us?
I'll still be with you.
Very good.
Probably not next month though.
Okay, yeah, that's what we heard.
So,
Good luck on that.
yeah.
Okay, any questions on USDA? If not, Brian, you have anything from LCO Conservation?
Morning, guys. First, Jay, I'll give you a call this afternoon about the lease or the easement that you need.
Yeah, I'll send you some of the info I have here too. I have some electronic copies of the easement that was done back in 2004. So I'll send that to you as well.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you a call this afternoon. Really, this time of year, our department basically does a lot of the administrative stuff. So, but as far as outdoor activities, we've stepped up our patrolling and if I can voice a little caution for the public, we've had the ice still isn't good. People are out there driving. We had an incident Saturday where SUV went through the ice on Grindstone. And then yesterday we had a burned up snowmobile that was discovered on Big Lake Coudray. So if anything, if I could just caution the public to be careful, do your due diligence in driving your vehicles on there. Ice still isn't good. So other than that, I don't have a whole lot.
Okay, good. Any questions for Brian on LCO? Okay, thank you, Brian. Anything else for putting on the future agenda or any other comments that you want to make?
I'll reference Nortec, and so Don Rotec is retiring, but he's still going to be the other member of that from the county. So
Okay.
he and I will both still be on the Nortec
Right, you meet quarterly, don't you?
quarterly.
Okay, so at some point you'll give us an update.
Some point, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, any other questions, comments? If not, we're adjourned. Thank you.